How have you been, Scruffy? Oh, nice. Can't wait to see it. Okay. Boom. Okay, we're live everywhere. YouTube, Twitch, TikTok. Good to go. Let's pray and then get started. Lord Jesus, I thank you so much for this day. I thank you for another day of life, another day of breath, another day of your grace and your mercy. Lord, I thank you for your goodness. I thank you for this stream and just the opportunity to be able to stream, Lord, and to do work that I love. I thank you so much, God, for everyone here, everyone that's joining and everyone that might join later. Lord, I just pray your blessing over them. Lord, we praise you and thank you for who you are, God. You are good. Your name is above all names. In your name we pray. Amen. Okay. Let's do this. Guys, I'm pumped. What is that? Yellow notification? What is that? Okay, we're connected. Cool. Got it. Nice. Whew. All that. Whew. Okay. Miles go to character. Yeah, I've seen one of his movies. He has two, right? There's two with that Spider-Man. Okay, we're live on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. Looks like two. Awesome. Cool. Chris, welcome. WWM's Carter, Iker, K Carrot, Impulsible. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Okay, guys, I'm going to show you what I've been working on off stream, and then we're going to get started with enemy stuff today. We're going to do some enemy spawning. I've already got the enemy spawning working in the game. We just need to go ahead and place enemies throughout the level where we want them to spawn. I'm going to show you two things I've been working on off stream. First, let me show you... actually, let me show you guys the city first, because that's what we were working on last stream. I want to show you guys the state of the city. The city is finished. Let's see, let me pull the player up out from underground. Okay, so as you guys know, as you progress from left to right throughout this game, it moves from daytime to nighttime. Before last few streams, all that affected was the lighting and the fog and the environment and the atmosphere and stuff, but now we actually have that affecting the buildings as well. So as you can see, we have these 2D backdrop buildings back here, which work nicely. And then we have this really far distant backdrop buildings right here for like mainly for the port scene at the end, when you're like right in here is when you see it. But let me show you guys what happens now when you traverse through the level and it changes from day to night. You guys ready for this? Here we go. Let's move him up in the air. Camera view doesn't matter for now. I'm just going to show you guys the whole world at once and show you guys what happens. You guys ready? Okay, so as you move from left to right, here we go. Guys, guys, well, look at that. Look at that. So daytime, evening, dusk, full nighttime. You see the lights on the buildings slowly turn on. Let me undo. You can just drag the player from here. See the backdrop building lights slowly turn on. Look at that. And then the foreground buildings turn on. They have like they animate from completely off to completely on, but only some of the window lights. Before, I had this issue where all the window lights on the buildings would turn on, but I didn't want that. I wanted it to be sporadic, which is a lot more realistic. And then you'll also notice that some window lights actually, you can actually see them turn on or off. Now, obviously it doesn't happen this fast in the game because you're not going to move this fast. You'll be like progressing from rooftop to rooftop, and in the background you'll see like a light turn on every once in a while because you're moving like this slow, right? Like you're not gonna move this fast throughout the level. But yeah, so that's the transition as the character moves from left to right in this game. This is a side scroller game for those that don't know. We're going from day to evening to night. Let me show you what it kind of looks like from the main view. We're never this high. It's about right here. Daytime, just background 2D buildings. But because we have multiple layers of 2D buildings in the background, we have some parallax going on, so they all look 3D. Isn't that awesome, guys? Check it out. See, all the foreground buildings are 3D, but the backdrop buildings are 2D. To help us with performance. Oh, looks so good. Like you see back there, like that far distant building and then the closer building right there, both 2D. As we move, you'll see some parallax. Watch this. See that? And then we get into this area. You're at this last rooftop, and then you jump down. And then you can see the distant, look at that. Look at that, it starts to get a little bit more eerie. Make this bigger so you guys can see it better on TikTok. There we go. But then I can't drag my player. There. See the city in the background? Oh, it's so much better now. Like this is what it was before. Boop. It looks so blank and bare like an unfinished game, but now it looks, dude, that's polished right there. It's like the small details that matter. Whoa, don't want to move that. I don't want to move the player. And then you're here, final boss fight, and you're at the port. Oh, guys. I'm so happy with how this turned out. So good. And then if I press play, you can see the flickering lights and all that. I love coffee so much. Look at that. Final boss area right here. Okay. Now let me show you guys. Actually, let me catch up on chat, and then I'm going to show you guys the metro area because I worked on the metro death sequence. Let me move him over there first. When he gets hit by the metro underground. Oh goodness. And what's really gonna sell this scene down here is when we actually have sound effects in the game. Okay, let me catch up on chat and then I'll show you guys this death sequence. Sun in Metro. Okay. There are 2 and also 3 games include. Oh really? They already have games with Miles Morales in it? What games are they? Elizabeth, welcome to the stream. Elizabeth! Just put the sketch in the Discord, check it out when you get. Awesome, we'll do. Perfect time to start streaming. I just got home from my workout. Oh, nice. I did a cardio this morning too. It's not gonna be a long stream, guys. So my wife and kids are on their way home. They've been gone for like 5 days. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing them. I miss them so much. And they'll be home in like 45 minutes, I wanna say. An hour. They'll be home in an hour. An hour 12, an hour 10. So we got like an hour, hour 5 to stream. This won't be too long of a stream, but we're still gonna get some good work done. Okay. Can someone on TikTok, I see a lot of people joining on TikTok, but I don't see any messages. Could someone send a message on TikTok just so I know that Stream Focus is working? So we got 3 viewers up here, 4 viewers on Live Studio. Yeah, 4. Could someone send a message real quick from TikTok? I just want to make sure chat's working. My nickname, what's up? Thanks for sending the message, Chicken Butterfly. Okay, we got Chicken Butterfly message. Cool. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Spider-Man PS4, he's more of a side character because Pete is the main dude. He gets his powers at the end. Miles in a spin-off game and then another game. Was Miles Morales around back in the PS4 era? I feel like he's such a new character. Like his first. Yeah, that's confusing. Okay, you guys ready for this? So as some of you may remember, I introduced Ragdoll physics just to the main character, just to the player, for his death scene or death sequences or death logic, so that when a when an enemy Because before what I had is if an enemy like takes all your health down and you're on the ground, he plays like a death animation. Like he lands on it, falls down to his knees, and then falls to the ground. And it looked really good. The problem is that you can fly in this game. And so when you're up in the air like this, and then an enemy kills you all the way and your health is all the way down, then you die. But he plays the death animation in midair, and it looks terrible. It looks like he's falling down onto an invisible ground up in the air. It looks terrible. So I played around with a few different methods. I made it so that if the enemies do kill you while you're up in the air, then it will just make you slowly float back down to the ground and then play your death animation. I wasn't liking anything, so I just introduced ragdoll physics. I didn't want to put ragdoll physics in the game, but I just decided to do it. So let me spawn some enemies real quick. Ignore their textures loading. I'm going to show you guys what happens now when you're in the air. You lose all your health. Boom. Ragdoll physics for the win. So I also played around with making it do that when you get hit by the metro in the metro area. Here we go. So if you stay down here too long, well, so you can't see it too much there because it knocked him behind the stairs. But so what happens is, like, there's gonna be like, not coins, but infinium crystals down here that you can get if you want. There's gonna be sound effects where you can hear the metro incoming and the lights, and then he gets knocked. The game like ramps down into slow motion so you can actually see it happen, and then it fades out and then fades back in and spawns you back here at the intro of the metro. I think it turned out well. I'm interested. I actually haven't tested this on mobile yet, because once you start getting into physics in games like this, physics can be very finicky, and Ragdoll is a physics system. And especially because this metro is moving so fast, like there's so many things that could go wrong here. But essentially what I made was, I'm having trouble talking this morning. I can't speak. I can't form words. What I did was I put an invisible box collider onto the metro train as a trigger. So whenever that trigger detects the player, it will stick the player to the front of the train. So hopefully that should limit any large issues like the train shooting the player off into oblivion, or the player clipping through the train, or so. All that to say, it's been working great on my PC, but I actually have not tested it yet on mobile, which I probably should, because this is a mobile game. But yeah, that's what happened. Oh, you know what I also want to do? I've also been meaning to do this. I need to make the windows in the metro not transparent, because I don't want to see through them. Because aside from the enemies in this game, let me pause it. There's no like moving cars, and there's no like normal people that aren't enemies. So I don't want to see through this metro, because you can see that it's always empty. So I actually need to make these windows not transparent. And I think I can do that just really quick. As long as it's two separate materials, glass. Yeah, let me just fix that real quick. And then we'll actually start spawning enemies in the game. After I fix these windows, I'll catch up on chat real quick. Metro. Here's our windows. Okay. Glass. I actually need to duplicate this. Or actually, just let me real quick just see if this is even gonna work. If I just change this transparency. Yes, that works. Okay. So I'm gonna duplicate this material because I don't want to affect every other object in the game that's using this material. So duplicate, and I'm gonna rename that opaque, and I'm gonna move that into my custom material. Move that into my custom materials. Opaque. Boop. And then on this metro, drag that in as a replacement. Okay. And then let's apply that to the prefab so that all these other metro trains get it as well. And then let's affect them, change the material. So I could just take it off of transparent and make it completely. Oh, I gotta do the doors too. Glass opaque. Apply. Door 2, opaque, apply. Goodness, so many doors. Let me select all the doors at the same time. That'd be a lot faster. Opaque, apply. I can't apply all at the same time. Well, that's the dumbest thing ever. Come on, Unity. I'm gonna catch up on chat in 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3/4, half, 0. Why are these still transparent? Oh, because I didn't change the material yet. Wait. There we go. Okay. Need to change the color, but I'll change that in a second. Get him in chat. Okay. Thanks for the follow, Mel, means a lot, and VBVDD, thank you for the follows, guys. In the 2010s? What? I'm having brekkie. Brekkie? Are you Australian? Isn't that an Australian? No, not Australia. Isn't that a South African thing, Elizabeth? Brekkie. Is that Australian or South African? Brekkie. Yes, Dev. Do you make your own assets? Yes, I do. You adding new stuff? Isn't the release coming up? Yes, it is. It's very soon. Very, very, very soon. Like, okay, this is when this game is coming out. You guys ready?
This summer, coming soon to an app store near you.
How's that? Did you guys like that? How many days? Actually, what are the actual official dates of summer? I need to make sure I'm not lying to you guys. Dates of summer. That sounds like a name of a song or a band. Doesn't that sound like a song or a band? Dates of summer. Dude, that sounds really good. Someone should make a song or a band called Dates of Summer. Okay, start date June 1st, end date August 31st.
Coming soon. Sometime around this summer. This summer, or give or take a few weeks. This summer, coming soon to an app store near you.
Something like that. That's kind of how it would be. August 31st. Here's the thing. I think I'm going to be done with the game before then, but I don't think it will release by then. Because my client wants to do some things with like ads and trailers and teasers and like the marketing side of things. So he wants to do some marketing. So I don't know. And we also have to do like app store setup stuff for him. I have app store setup stuff for me, but he doesn't have that yet, so we need to start working on that, because like Android you can set up like in a day, but the iOS store, it takes like a month, so we need to get started on that. Popular comic series called The Ultimates, where Peter died and Miles took over and he's brought in the main universes. What? See, I don't Scar Animations or Scrappy, I don't read comics at all. I've never been a comic book person, so I only watch the movie. So my first introduction was the movie, and that was what 5 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. Ready for the next game so we can see you in the motion cap again. I know, Tribe. I know. Well, see, here's the thing. I don't know when I'm going to be doing another game that uses the mocap suit. So after I finish this game, I'm going to be working on one, Stream Focus, but that'll be off stream. Stream Focus is my multi-chat app here. But what I'm going to be working on stream after this game is I'm going to go back to working on the LEGO game that I was working on like 2 years ago, because I want to finish that and I want to release that to you guys, to the world. And maybe Lego will come around and be like, this is a really cool game. You want to, can we buy this from you, Mr. Pixelfire, for like $20 million? And I'll be like, make it 21 and you got yourself a deal. Or just some type of partnership. I know it's a very far-fetched dream, but it's a dream. Okay, it's a dream. I just want Lego to reach out at some point, whether it's in regards to my Lego VTuber setup or if it's in regards to the Lego game that I was working on and will be working on again soon. I just want Lego to reach out and be like, hey, we like your stuff. We want to either partner with you or buy this from you or something. I don't know what it looks like. But it's a dream. It's a dream. Have they been telling the fans? My client, yes. My client is going to different Comic-Cons like every single weekend, and he's always repping his brand, talking about the game and all that stuff. So yeah, this will be on mobile. They're gonna DMCA you in GL? I don't believe so. I don't think so. Are you talking about SBX? Are you talking about the VTuber setup or the Lego game? Because I have an answer for both of those. About the game, I don't think so. There's so many Lego games out there. Here's the thing. For the Lego game, I can't use the word Lego, can't use the Lego logo, and I can't use minifigures. So problem solved, because the game that I'm working on, if you look back at my, look back where you're on TikTok right now, look back at my shorts on TikTok, look back like a year or two, you'll see me working on the Lego game. It won't be called, it's going to be called like Brick Game or something like that. I don't know. But it won't have any minifigs in it. And there's so many other similar stuff like that out there. Not exactly like it, but they're out there, and Lego hasn't taken action. So Lego actually does not have the rights to the brick, if that makes sense. They have the rights to the minifig, but not the bricks. And that's why there's so many other companies and games and videos out there that use a Lego-esque stuff, but yeah. So. I do think they do have a few bricks that are copyrighted, and I don't actually know what those are. I need to look into it, but like most of the basic ones that you'd actually be using in the game, like a I still have this little container that I was using for reference for back when I was working on this brick game. It's like your basic like 2x4. Okay, like I can put that in the game, no problem. Now obviously I'm not gonna put the Lego logo on the stud. You can't see this because it's not in focus, but you know there's a Lego logo on the studs. I'm not gonna have that in the game. The 1x2s, perfectly fine. One by one cylinder, perfectly fine. Like all the basic default bricks can be perfectly fine in the game. I'm 99% sure that Lego does not have like universal rights over that stuff. There are a few custom bricks I think they do, and I just won't include those in the game, but I've got to figure out what those are. But another problem for another day. Let's get back to the game. Sounds great. Your point makes sense. How it goes, hope it goes. Thanks. For me, it's a lot. A hard time dealing with bricks when Roblox is technically mostly cubes. Yeah. See, here's the thing. A lot of people have asked me like if I'm worried about Lego suing me, not about the Lego game, but more so about my Lego VTuber setup. And for my Lego VTuber stuff, I don't think they would ever come after me after that because that's very much just like cosplay. It's like virtual cosplay. And companies never go after individuals for dressing up as characters from their movies or games, from their IP. That just doesn't happen. Now, if someone started selling products or merch that had the other company's IP on them, yes, that's when a company would step in. So if I started like selling my Lego VTuber setup, then yeah, Lego would have every right to step in and be like, hey, you can't do this. I actually hope though, and I've said this many times before, but I hope that Lego does reach out at some point, because I would actually love to have a conversation with Lego, because I think that Lego and I could get some really cool stuff done together. I've got a lot of really cool Lego stuff that I've been working on over the past few years, which you guys know about, the VTuber setup stuff, and then that Lego game. And I just feel like if Lego just gave me permission to do stuff, and even if I'm just making it for them and they release it under their company, like that would be super cool. I'd love to do that. So I hope they do reach out one day. Oh, and that was crazy. I got snipped right by the front corner. I love this death system from the Metro. Oh, that's a good one. I love it. The only thing I don't like is that if you're too far to the right, then the train will keep moving forward and... Oh, missed it. And the camera can't see you because you're behind this wall on the right. See that? So I gotta figure out how to mitigate that issue. I could change the camera view. Pause and then there's our camera. I don't think I can move the camera in pause mode. Yeah, I can't. So like if I moved it kind of like that, let's try that. It's a little awkward though. It's kind of a different view than the whole rest of the game. No, I don't like that. It would need to be... screen like that. Could do that. You're still not gonna see it all the way. Another problem for another day. We need to get enemy spawns going. So let's move the player up. Up and away, web. Turn the Metro settings off. There we go. Okay. Let's work on... Oh, I need to fix these windows real quick. I don't want them to be blue. That looks terrible. Door, glass opaque. Okay. So should we have them a little transparent? No, I don't think so. Let's do completely opaque, just like that. But we need to make them darker. That looks good right there. I think that's good. What do you guys think? I think that's pretty good. A little bit darker. Looks good. Yep. Let's actually see it in game real quick. Or from in the Metro area. Turn on Metro. We don't need to bring the player down there. I can just turn this. Actually, we will, because when the game starts, the game's going to detect that the player is not actually in the Metro, and this is going to turn off. Oh, it didn't. Okay, cool. And pause. I think right about there. Right about there. Saturation, we're at 28. Yeah, just 30. 30, 40. Yeah. What do you guys think? What happened to the rest of it? Huh? It's not door. Did it always look like that? Is it always like dark on the top? I don't remember it being dark on the top and back. Metro, metro. I'm so confused. I mean, I don't mind it, but I don't remember it looking that way. Do you guys remember it looking that way? Definitely don't want that. Okay. Well, not a problem. Okay. Let's go to the sun. Metro settings off. Bring the player. Actually, player's fine. We don't need player. We just need to go and work on the enemy spawn points. These guys right here. Let's turn that on. And I have these little gizmos here. See these little red circles? That shows us where all these enemy spawn points are. So currently I have like 20 spawns, these red circles. And these reds, so the way this works is this enemy spawn point script, when the game starts, will spawn an enemy at each of these points. So obviously I've only put points in right here. So we need to put points into the rest of the level. Oh, I'm pretty far all the way up here. Cool. Oh, and I have some building ones too already? Nice. I didn't want to spawn any up here, and then we need to spawn them at the ends too. So let's work on that. I would really like to see these gizmos as in like an X-ray view. Not on the draw mode. Can I do that with the script? No, I do not make Roblox games, Christy Bisty. John Lennon, what's up? Welcome to the stream. This is fire. Thank you so much. Means a lot. I've been working on this project. This game has been ongoing for like the past 2 years, off and on. How's it going, John Lennon? It's good to see you. It's been a while. John Lennon, what is it? What is it? Guess what? What? You know about the bricks and minifig situation? No, what is that? Oh, yeah, the drama stuff. Yeah, yeah. Vaguely. I know vaguely about it. Make cool shorts for them. Yeah. Goes a little bit. Ow, the bottom is very hot. Goes a little bit further than that in my head, but yeah, we can do that. Got a GF finally. Congratulations, John Lennon. That's awesome. I'm proud of you. She just lives across the country. Oh, okay. That's a bummer. Add some waves of enemies. If that's not too difficult, you think you're done and more come. I actually do have a system like that already. Do you want me to show it to you? I just got into Unity. Awesome. Rain. Love it. I've been taking lessons. Really want to make an anomaly. What is an anomaly game? Overrun because I don't know how to make assets in Blender. I was in Idaho. I'm in South Carolina, but okay. Have you guys met in person yet? Or did you like meet online or something? You haven't met in person yet. Overwhelmed rain. 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 It's gotten into Unity. I've been taking lessons. Really want to make. Where have you been taking lessons? Like online lessons, or like you've actually been learning like in person? What does that look like? Don't be overwhelmed by making assets. When you're first starting out, like you just need to learn. So don't worry about making every single thing from scratch. You can use asset packs. That's totally fine. From Unity? Oh, so like online classes. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. I've watched a ton of Unity tutorials. Yeah, I tell people this all the time when they ask like, how do you learn Unity, or how do you learn Blender, or how do you learn game design? Start very, very small. Think about something in your head that you can make this very, very small that you can complete like in a day or less. Make that, complete it, and then move on to something a little bit larger, and then a little bit larger, and a little bit larger. A lot of people, when they first get into 3D design or game design, they have this big, grand, ambitious plan of like, I want to make this big, massive, open world multiplayer game. And then they start trying to work on it, and then rightly so, it gets very overwhelming. They're like, whoa, I can't actually do this. And then they get overwhelmed and they give up. And that's not beneficial at all. So I always tell people, start extremely small. And if you come up with a really small idea, make it even smaller. Come up with an even smaller idea than that. And then once you have a super, super tiny idea, make that, complete it, and then you'll have that satisfaction of finishing it, and then move on to something else, a little bit larger. That's my suggestion. Same thing with Blender. So in Blender, say, hey, I'm gonna make a pyramid, and then just make a pyramid, and like a low poly pyramid, like literally just a square on the bottom and then a single point in the top. And then say, okay, I'm gonna make a pyramid made out of bricks, and then just make bricks, and then move the bricks around, duplicate them, make them into a pyramid shape, like just get bigger and bigger and bigger. So that's my suggestion with learning Blender. But again, you don't even need to do that. If you just want to learn game design, then just use asset packs. There's free asset packs, there's paid asset packs. Use that, import those models, those assets into Unity, and then work with that just to learn. It's a super fun process. I'll take your advice on Blender for sure. Yeah, definitely. I've been using Blender for 20 years, and I do it for my job. Like I do visual effects and animation for contracts on movies and TV shows, and then I've been picking up game design contracts over the past 4 or so years. But my background is in 3D, and I've been using Blender for 20 years, so it's not for the faint of heart. There's an item. No, we met online. I can go there. Oh, awesome, cool. Go there next summer. Tribe. So you were asking about waves of enemies. So I actually did build that. My client and I wanted my client to be able to start showing off this game to people at Comic-Cons and stuff. So at his booth, what he's going to do is he's going to set up this. I'm going to actually set it up real quick. I got to remember how I set this up. I think it's just demo, turn on, and it's in this area too. Okay, so here it is. Here's the wave system right here. So it just takes a little small portion of this level. You can see this right here. See these boxes. So you're blocked from going outside of this zone. And then inside this zone, at each of these, let me turn this off. At each of these, in this demo, each of these red points is where enemies are gonna spawn. And you'll see when I start it off. First time chat on Twitch. What's up, Ambushment GG? What's up? Yeah, scoping is important. If you go into multiplayer project, you're talking about a lot of systems. Yep, 100%. And not just multiplayer, like any type of grand even a non-multiplayer. Like there's so many things in games that are non-multiplayer. They're just too big for any like new person into the game to be able to set up. So you've got to really set boundaries on yourself when you're first starting out. Because I've been in the exact same place. I've so many times when I first started out, I was like, I'm gonna build this. I'm gonna make a movie. I'm gonna make a full-length movie, and I start getting into it and don't get anywhere. So it's just too big. So okay, let's do this. That was back when I was a kid. When I was like 14, 15, 16. I was like, I'm gonna make a movie with my friends. Ended up making some short films, but never got into a movie, of course. So you see the wave 1 text pops up. Now you'll see just one enemy spawns in this zoned area. Where is he? There he is. So you can fight him. Why is he not? There we go. So if I defeat him, why is he off the ground? I need to fix that. So you defeat him, and then it says wave 2, and then 2 enemies pop out from these spawn points. Then you fight them. Ooh, I'm gonna fly. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Blocking, 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 blocking. Throw. 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 I think that's my favorite thing in the game. Is blocking with your shield and throwing your shield like Captain America. It's so satisfying. I can't wait to put sound effects in this game. It's totally gonna make it. Totally gonna make this game. Do I make it cost infinium when you throw a shield? I can't remember. No, I don't. I need to make it cost infinium when you throw the shield. Okay, so now it's wave 3, so now 3 enemy spawn. So I built this little demo section so that my client could use this at his booth at Comic-Cons to play. So imagine you go to a Comic-Con booth, my client's a Comic-Con booth for Tooland, and there's a TV up on the wall showing this game, and then there's a phone, like a iPhone or an Android phone, sitting on the booth there, and it has this game open on the phone, and the phone is connected to the TV via a USB-C cable or something. And so then as people walk to the booth, I need to fix that. As people walk to the booth, they see up on the screen a game, and then they see, oh, I can play this game. So someone walks to the phone at the booth and starts playing the game, and what the person is playing is showing up on the larger TV up on the wall, and so it'll help like draw crowds and draw attention and draw people to the booth. So I think the demo is going to do really well at Comic-Cons and stuff. So that was the whole purpose of this demo. But I was thinking, I think I'm actually going to include this demo in the final build of the game on mobile devices. I could easily do that, like in the menu, like you press play game and it plays the main game, but if you go choose, I don't know what we'd call it, like wave mode or something, I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Any ideas for names for this mode? So then you press play on that, and then it just takes you instantly to this wave enemy fighting mode. What is that called in games? I'm blanking. What is that called? Where it's not like the main story, it's not the main game. Like in Mario Kart, it would be battle mode versus Grand Prix or versus endless mode. That's a good idea. I like that. That stance is so cool. What, this stance right here? Or you mean this stance? That's me. That's me in a mocap suit making that stance. Oh, and he's about to fly. That's also my stance. So you charge up, and then when it loads all the way, you can let go, and then he jumps up into the air. I'm gonna show you guys the Ragdoll death again. I just love it so much. It's so funny and satisfying. Yeah, there's a glitch with the enemies. Look at him. He's moving but sliding. It's like he only starts playing his walk cycle. Why can't he see me? Oh, because I was behind him. That right there, that reload animation, that's also me in a mocap suit. So fun. You can check up on the location of my family. $34 minutes. Okay, we got 30 minutes, guys. 30 minutes. So at 11:50, I need you guys to tell me to end stream at 11:50. Right now it's 11:20. I'm gonna show you guys the Ragdoll death. I'm gonna fly so we get some movement. Oh, I started recovering. Ooh. I love the ragdoll death, but I wonder if it's either 1, too morbid, or 2, too comedic. What do you guys think? Is the ragdoll death from up in the air? I feel like sometimes, like maybe 15% of the time, it's too morbid, and like 75% of the time it's too comedic, and then like 10% of the time, if I got that math right, like 10% of the time it's just right. What do you guys think? Any thoughts on that? Where's the enemy? Here he is. Hello. There we go. I need to work on the enemy logic. See, when you're just standing on the ground, I think it works pretty well. Okay. All these hit animations are also me in a mocap suit. Brain explodes. Yeah. Sure. Blows up pancakes in the mind. Okay, here we go. Ragdoll physic death. Ready? Oh. See, like that worked really well when he fell to his knees, but then he just face plants into the concrete. It's just, I don't know, dude. It might work better and be less comedic if I make it in slow motion, just like we have the Metro death. Interesting. I might play around with that sometime, but right now we just need to keep spawning enemies. Okay, so let's turn demo off. Go back to enemy spawn points. Okay, so all these reds are where enemies will spawn. I think we need a few more. Let me duplicate this. Actually, I might not be able to spawn enemies in this area because there's a cutscene that happens there. Let me see what happens if I turn cutscene on. Pretty sure enemies will be right in the middle of the cutscene. Test it out. Gauntlet, that's a good idea too. I like that. Halftime show. Survival mode, that's it. That's it. That's the one. I like that tribe. Or arena. I like survival. I like survival. That's really good. Susie's on the phone right now, and I'm waiting for her to wake up. Oh man. Without gore, right with us, so not bad. Okay. Okay, here we go. Cutscene. Boom. His hair texture's loading. Yeah, see, there's an enemy right there. How do I play that? Maybe if a cutscene is going, turn off all enemies. I feel like that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. Make enemies not be able to move into this zone. Yeah, I think the play is... Yeah, I think this is the play. Okay. So cutscene, triggers, police station start. Yeah, so see this block right here, this box? When the player enters that, that's when that cutscene starts. So I just need to make these two spawn points not exist in there. So these two guys, move them out of that zone. And then, yeah, so nothing is in the zone. And I also need to make enemies not be able to go in there. Police station start. So right now it's just a trigger, so I also need to add another box collider. Actually, let me just duplicate this one. Copy component, paste component as new. Okay. This one is not a trigger, it's just a collider. So, but the problem with that is that even the player won't be able to go through. So I need to exclude the player root and the player layer. So player can still go through this box collider, but enemies cannot. But then, once the cutscene ends, this box collider should turn off. So then enemies can go into this zone after the cutscene. That's the play. I just need to check if... I can't remember what if my script actually turns off the whole object or just turns off the trigger. Let me see. Okay, yeah, so... Wait, I can't even go in there? Why can't I go in there? Exclude layers. Player and player root. Include layers. I don't know why I can't run through this. Layers to exclude when producing collisions. Okay, what if we do nothing but we do enemy? So enemy can't go through it, but player can. Let's try that. Nice camera pan, thanks. Stuff hurts my brain. Yeah, mine too, sometimes too. I'm still stuck, what? Okay, so let me put, Okay, here's what I could do. I could just make another one. Call this police station blocker. That one's not a trigger. Nothing. Okay, and I'll just put it slightly in. So no one, not even the enemy or the player, can go past this point until the cutscene plays. So this first box triggers the cutscene to play. The second box, nothing can pass through until the cutscene is over. That should work. Make sure there's enough room here. Start. That should be perfect. Yep. Okay, that should work. I just need to make sure that the cutscene turns that off, because I don't think it's going to. Let me see. Let's look at the script. On trigger, enter, start police station cutscene, start, police station set active, set game object set active, false, turn off this trigger collider so the cutscene doesn't trigger again. Yes, but then at the end police station cutscene, that is when, in police station cutscene set active, false. Okay, before we do that, turn off cutscene collider blocker that blocks player and enemies from entering. Boom. And that is going to be that, but we need to just call it police station blocker. Public game object police station blocker. And then here, police station blocker, set active false. Boom, and then we just gotta set that in the inspector and then we're done. That should work. Oh, Jai, what's up? I've been working on this game off and on for the past 2 years for a client of mine. I'm a contractor, so I have multiple clients, but also multiple contracts going on at a time. And also this particular client who has had me working on this game has also, on 2 different occasions, pulled me away from this project to complete 2 other projects for him. So this client has had me work on multiple things for him. This is the biggest thing for my client that I've worked on for him. Okay, police station cutscene. Let's pull in the blocker right there. Okay, that should work. So first, you hit this trigger. That triggers the cutscene to start. And then via code on the end of the police station cutscene, first, we turn off the blocker, which is this guy right here. That then allows the player and enemies to move into that area, whereas before they couldn't. And then we end the cutscene and then turn everything off. Cool, so that should work. Let's test it out. Let's just make sure that all these enemy spawn points are outside of that blocker. Yes, they are. I could even move them a little bit closer, like right there. Where is it? Oh no, not right there. A little bit in. There. That should work. So not past that guy. Okay. And then let's play this. This should work. Is my fish PFP appearing now? Yes, it is. There you go, Gato. See that? Okay. So enemies should not be able to run past this area. He's walking in that direction, but he can't. Awesome. He's stuck. No, he's not. He walked right through it. What? Okay, wait. This blocker needs to not have this cutscene object on it. That's a problem. That's probably why. Okay. Oh, no. I know why he's walking through. Because the enemy uses a navigation system that needs a blocker, needs a, what is it called? An nav mesh obstacle. That's what it needs. So actually, I can just put a nav mesh obstacle on this object. Let me turn this on. Show nav mesh. Carve. Boom. I can just do that and then I don't even need the police station blocker. So yeah, I can just delete that. Yeah, I can just delete that. Because enemies will not be able to walk past this point. So I can revert all that code we just did. Dummy. Save. Cool. Well, this is a lot easier. Okay. So this police station trigger right here that the player walks through to trigger the cutscene to start, it also has a nav mesh obstacle on it, so that the enemy AI nav mesh system cannot actually walk through it because they can only walk in the blue areas. You see the blue areas? That's the only spot where the enemies can walk. The only problem with this is that an enemy could set a walk point over to here, and they could constantly be trying to walk to that point, but they won't be able to get through. So let's test that out. Like, this is gonna work, but it might be, you might see an enemy just like walking in space like they're on a treadmill. Oh, I also need to move that over. Not that. This guy. Move that right there, so he spawns not inside there. Okay, play. What's everyone doing today? What is everyone doing today? I want to know. I want to know. Can you show me? I want to know what you're doing today. Tell me more. Can you show me? I'm going to fly over the trigger point just to test this out. I don't think I'll hit it. Oh, no, I hit it. Whoops. That's a glitch. It's not transitioning from this camera to the pan camera. Because it only transitions from this camera, and this camera is different than the flight camera. Let's see. So yeah, we still trigger. That plays. Cool. Every time he face plants, it's just way too fast. I think we definitely need to make that slow motion, like the Metro Death. Must you actually be a good singer if you aren't already? Me? No, I'm not. I'm not a good singer. I can't sing. I'm not a singer. I don't even want to get into that. I need to go get some coffee. That's my cue to go get some more coffee. I'll be right back. As far as musical abilities go, I play guitar. That's it. That's it. Okay, what you guys are doing today? Laundry, then going to work. Elizabeth, what time is it for you right now? Playing games and OTP with my girlfriend. Cool. What games are you playing? You are in tune and you have decent vibrato. Just that's very sweet of you. It's very kind. It's, for the most part, I can stay in key, but there are sometimes it's funny. My wife laughs at me a lot. So my wife actually is a singer. She sang like all growing up. She took like 3 years of professional voice lessons. She sang in choirs and all sorts of stuff growing up. So she's like a really good singer, and she specializes in harmony. Like she's just a very good singer. I'm not a good singer. And like growing up, like middle school, high school, and even college, I could not ever sing in key ever. Okay. I'd play guitar, I'd play songs, and I would sing sometimes too, but I like could never be in tune. From like college onwards, so for about the past, like, I graduated college 2014. That shows my age. So it's been like 12 years since I graduated. So like for about the past like 15 years, I've been able to be in key when I sing. But with that said, sometimes I just can't get it. And when I can't, my wife just busts out laughing. And it's not because she's like, I think it's funny too. It's just hilarious when I can't get the key. And sometimes too, it takes me a while to find the key. So I'll start like singing, like I'll hear some music playing, like hear a song playing, and I'll start trying to sing it. And it takes me sometimes like 2 to 3 seconds to actually get in key and in tune. And just that, those like first 2 to 3 seconds where I'm trying to find it is just hilarious. It's just so funny. So my wife starts laughing, I start laughing. It's just so I'm not a singer, but it's very kind of you. College football and a few others. The game you're playing, the game, college football? Do they make sports video games that are college football? I did not know that. I know they have like NFL games, of course, like Madden and all that, but do they have college football games? Guys, okay. If anyone here likes sports games, if anyone here likes basketball and plays Nintendo Switch, I have a game recommendation for you guys, okay? This is not the game that I would typically play by myself, but my oldest is really into basketball and sports, which is awesome. Like we want them to be, we want our kids to do sports and stuff growing up. But there's this game. Oh, what is it called? NBA Bounce. There's this game that my oldest got like a $20 gift card for his birthday recently, and we were searching the Nintendo Switch online store for a game for him to get, and he wanted to get this basketball game. It's called NBA Bounce. Guys, this is a fun little game. It really is. Let me see if I can find a video. I should probably mute it.
Basketball at its finest. He soars and boom! Smashing dunk. Quick pass to the wing.
I'm gonna mute it now. Like it's a fun game. It's like, I've never played like a real basketball video game, but I can imagine what a real basketball video game would be like, and this game is not as complex as those are. So this is definitely more geared towards kids, but it's still really fun. It's really fun for like couch co-op mode, where you're just playing with family or friends, like right there in the living room. It has just enough buttons and gameplay in it to where it still has some strategy and some effort into being able to play well, but it's also still simple enough to where it's fun. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm not explaining this well enough, but it's really fun. It's a great game, and it's not like a $60 game. It's really cheap. It's like, I want to say it was like $15. And then we also got the add-on, the expansion pack, which is like the GOAT. Have you guys heard of the GOAT movie? GOAT movie, what is it called? It's just called GOAT. GOAT. See, GOAT movie. See. So there's a GOAT expansion pack for that game that you can get, and that was like $5, I think. So highly recommend this game. It's a fun little like party game for like couch co-op. It's really fun. Highly suggest. Okay. Enemy spawning. Oh, I mean, check time. See, my family will be here. Five minutes, guys. We got 5 minutes of stream left. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so enemies cannot go in here. I'm going to just check this real quick. I want to be able to fly over this. I'm going to change the player real quick to be able to fly higher than that collider so I can go to the other side. Actually, be a lot smarter if I just move the player over there like that. Boom. Okay. Okay. Just make sure I don't touch the trigger. Okay. So yeah, the enemy cannot go through here. Perfect. He's not going to be able to make it through here until the player triggers the cutscene by doing that, and then it turns off. Ooh. Okay, he's not attacking him at least. That's good. He waits till the cutscene's over. Okay, so I have a flag inside the enemy script where if a cutscene is going, the enemy won't attack. But I also want to make it so the enemies don't move either. Like, I want enemies to completely pause, I want to say. So let me just real quick go into the enemy script. And then find cutscene, is cutscene. I'm not using that anywhere. Why are the players not attacking if there's no is cutscene bull flag being used anywhere? Maybe it's being used somewhere else. Enemy. Cutscene. Cinematic bars. Yeah, I'm not sure why the enemies stop moving when a cutscene happens. Is that all enemies or was that just a glitch I saw? Let's try this again. He's running over there. They're not attacking. Call me Lou, thank you for the follow, it means a lot. Let's see. Quarter to noon. Okay, so we're on the same time. College football 27. Interesting. Okay. Back what's happening. What's up, Gato? How's it going? Require context. Really cool you're doing this. Thanks, Call me Lou. I hope it's helpful to people. I know it'll be first day, but I might get last. Yes, very much so. This is very cool. Thanks, Scar. Means a lot. Okay. Family's here. Are they here? Family's here. Guys, I'm gonna go. I love you guys. Thanks for the good stream. I'll see you guys next time. I might stream later today or tomorrow. We'll see. Bye guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.